I'm reviewing Legos now. No reason, I just thought it'd be funny. I've been doing this for about 5 minutes or so, and I'm already bored out of my mind. There's nothing left to do. Where were you earlier?
Legos, I'm sure you've heard of them. They have a monopoly on imagination. You, your parents, even your grandparents have played with Legos at some point. These are simple but versatile toys. Look, Mom, I made a stick. But with every industry, it was only a matter of time before they invaded our TVs. What am I looking at? Lego Fun to Learn on the Sega Pico, and as the name suggests, this is an early educational game, which might sound like a cool idea, but this game was more limiting than you think. You couldn't even build without the game telling you, nah. A company about imagination and creativity made a game that didn't allow those two things, the two main things that you strive on, let alone the reason you even exist.
I hope to God you're adopted.
You get a bare minimum experience with this here, and the worst part is, I don't own the game.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I have my reasons on why. First, this is a game that I don't even have any interest in. I like to collect games I have an interest in playing. There had only been twice I made an impulse buy. And the other reason is, I would have a heart attack if I paid that much for a game. But what I truly think the starting point of Lego gaming, the game that people would see as the game that started it all, well, beggars can't be choosers. Lego Island releasing in 1997 exclusively on PC, and since this only released on PC, that means we have to step away from the consoles and to the computer. My computer. I'm a Windows guy, can't you tell? And I'm willing to downgrade my computer to experience Lego Island firsthand. What do I even do here? My time with Lego Island was short. This is a free roaming game with no direct ending. You can just run around and experience the life of a Lego minifigure firsthand. I don't want that image in my head anymore, but I'm too far in, so I have no choice. You could activate mini missions for building vehicles or stopping the Brickster from destroying the island after we set him free, but probably the most memorable moment from my playthrough is that I ran around as a character that sounded like Andy from Toy Story. This game is perfect, so I picked the character named Pepperoni for this playthrough. Nice name choice, Mom and Dad. This game performed a lot better commercially, and this set the foundation of what Lego games can be. And I can see none of that went to here.
What could they have done wrong here?
Lego Racers is our first game to be ported to console, and this does not disappoint. 12 tracks might seem a bit small, but you're not here for the tracks. We can make a fully customizable kart to race on, and the game just does not care what you make.
I'm sorry, officer, I got my vehicle registered yesterday.
You get a completely unique gameplay mechanic of having items with different colors and placements for defensive, attack, and boost items. I have never seen this in another game before. It might be in other games, but I haven't seen this one. It adds a lot of strategy to the game, wanting to either play it safe or go in like a complete maniac and risk everything for the satisfaction of your great wall of Lego to make it across the finish line. But other than that, this is not that good of a racing game. It feels like every turn takes a century and a half to make, and there's a really long delay between when I press a button and when it actually happens on screen. Could it be I played this on PS3? I don't think so. Lego Racers is a mixed bag. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst.
I just can't with this thing.
But where Lego games had a turning point, where they finally found a spot in the gaming industry, just also happens to be the beginning of the end. This game, right here, might have set a domino effect. Lego wasn't necessarily doing what they were hoping in the gaming space, so they needed to find something, and coincidentally, at the same time, Lucasfilms was looking for something so they wouldn't go bankrupt. They needed to get something to blow everything out of the water, and behold, the greatest thing to be released on consoles. Lego Star Wars had done everything that they needed. A familiar franchise, easy to learn gameplay, and 2-player co-op for multiplayer. Playing this, I can tell they got everything right the first time around. I can't see any mistakes here, and this was developed by none other than Traveler's Tales. Good to see you again. Lego Star Wars released in 2005 for the consoles at the time, and introduces a collectathon style gameplay button and 2.5D point A to point B progression style gameplay following 3 different Star Wars movies: The Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, and A New Hope. They made it their mission to make an easy to understand game, and they nailed it. One of the ways is that you have unlimited lives, so you never see a game over. Now, you do lose the in-game currency Lego studs when you fall and die, but it's a nice trade-off.
Lego Star Wars aged like fine wine. I may not drink, but it's still tasty.
There was nothing wrong here. The only way that they can make this better is if they combine Lego Star Wars 1 and 2 into the seamless collection, and they already did that, did they? This game is the best combo pack to be released. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga combines the first 2 Lego Star Wars games and re-releases them onto one seamless pack, and giving them extra goodies like online play, HD widescreen, and new consoles like the Wii, PS3, and Xbox Xbox 360. Some people may call it by the actual name. I call this the best bundle anyone can ask for. I remember playing this a lot back in the day, more specifically the DS version. I had a blast with this and I wanted to get this on Xbox 360 and it does not disappoint. Everything from the handheld version can carry over to the console and vice versa. I mean, sure, you could just play the GameCube and PS2 on the Wii and early PS3 through backwards compatibility, but you'd be missing out on so much.
Well, I can't see anything left to improve. I mean, what would it be? More Lego studs?
If that game was great, I wonder what the next game has in store for us. Well, it's a close second. This doesn't really have the same effect that LEGO Star Wars has on me. This one uses a one-to-one gameplay formula that the other games use, and I don't know what it is, but the visuals look worse in this game. The other one had loads of stuff to do, so many secrets to find, enemies to beat up, and no slowdowns in the pacing, but this one has a lot of dead spots. There was just nothing to do to keep me here longer than 5 minutes. I don't want to hear the wind and only do puzzles for the entire time. I like the ADHD compliant gameplay that only LEGO Star Wars had perfected. Maybe I should remove the only. LEGO Batman is easily one of the greatest LEGO games that there is. I'm sorry, LEGO Spaceballs, maybe next time. This is still the same song and dance as before, but this time they went in and silently tweaked things. The levels are shorter so they don't overstay their welcome, the puzzles don't drag on for too long, we have different suits with abilities, and they removed the filler characters, carefully handpicking which ones to include in this game. This truly felt like the definitive Batman experience.
Don't judge me.
Unlike the previous ones, this game follows its own storyline, not using any existing movies for the plot, but at the same time, that kinda hurts it. LEGO had opted to use a simple non-speaking cutscenes to portray the movies, and that worked before because even though I had no clue what was going on, I can easily tell which part of the movie that this was from. With this being an original story, that means there's a lot of pointing to key story elements. This made things easy to understand no matter how old or where you were located, but they had to get clever on what they were doing during these awkward moments. I remember playing this a lot on the DS, and it was mind-blowing to see the cutscenes somewhat working on here, but this was begging for something more ambitious, something that was not LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. Like Indiana Jones, this one I had gotten to recently for the first time, and I have no clue what to think of it. It was not bad compared to that one, but it doesn't really live up to the others in the same way. It goes back to following the movie story structure again, making the game more expansive and being visually better, but this one feels more like it's just another licensed property and just so happens to be Disney this time. The puzzles were redefined to feel better. There's more going on rather than just getting to the end, and this was starting to get a bigger scope for the games while still telling you where you needed to go. This was still good, but we needed to find something LEGO Batman good. How? What? Why?
Oh dear lord, what did they do to you?
What were they smoking? Because this had changed everything. LEGO Batman 2 released in 2012, and while keeping the same traditional formula of the LEGO games up until this point, it also gives us a lot of new things. A big open world to explore, realistic and visually demanding graphics, and full voice acting for the first time ever.
Whoa, the power of Christ empowers you!
LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes is the full name, and this goes back to having an original plot, and it gives us full voice acting for the first time. This makes things a lot simpler for storytelling because they don't have to think of clever way to say, let's go beat up Batman, here's the Joker, applause. LEGO Batman 2, well, yeah, we still play as Batman and Robin for the game. There are also other DC superheroes like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern that joins the party near the end of the game. The subtitle feels like a footnote.
I should have read that before I beat the game twice.
It's not a bad game, but it feels like it was leading up to something more impressive than what actually happened. But after LEGO Batman 2, the game's kind of just stagnated from there. They didn't do anything groundbreaking that wasn't already done before. I really enjoy playing LEGO Batman 2, and I played this both on the DS and PS3. I mean, we could talk about the LEGO Harry Potter games.
This is severely out of order.
These weren't bad either. It's the classic LEGO gameplay that we can make things levitate. This was the gateway drug into watching the movies, but that's what I see these two games as. That and nothing more. I mean, the only one I can think of that remotely does anything different is this game right here. The LEGO Movie, the video game.
Though it has a lot of does.
This one follows the movie that came out in 2014, and the game does not disappoint. This changes a lot more than what you would think. This surprised me in a lot of ways. The game restricts the LEGOs to follow a more realistic motion, new gameplay mechanics like quick time events for instruction booklets, master builder mode to build way more complex LEGOs. Overall, the game went way above my expectations.
Wow, I wasn't expecting effort.
It's a fun, creative take on the LEGO formula. What are you doing here? Pretend you're Lego in 2014, and you want to forget what you have been doing for a decade, and you spit out something just to be releasing something. Lego Batman 3 is the guy for you. I don't know what they did, but this went in the complete opposite direction of where they were supposed to go. I'm going to spare you the time with this one. Lego Batman 3, Lego Incredibles, Lego Dimensions, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, Lego Avengers, and Lego Movie 2, and they're all just not that great. These, I feel like, completely missed the mark. Instead of these feeling like genuine experiences to have fun with, these feel like they were meeting a quota. Just release this dog duty game, people will eat it up because at one point they were young and dumb.
I may be one thing, but I'm not the other.
Lego games were losing touch with what made them special. And through all this fog, there has got to be at least something that clears everything and lets me know that everything's going to be alright. This tells me there's a hope for a brighter future. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is the best thing to happen in a long time. This kind of follows a similar idea to the original complete package, but instead of that, they combined all of the Star Wars games into one, gave us a completely remade gameplay and cutscenes with full voice acting and brand new gameplay formulas. Finally, Lego's doing the right thing.
It took you 17 years?
This game had brought us a definitive experience and has an over-the-shoulder gameplay now. It still follows the original games but does a reimagining of instead of a one-to-one recreation. I was excited for this game's launch. No matter if it gave the same game but charged more or done a completely brand new idea, I was willing to relive the original complete saga again, but now on PS5. No longer do we have the standard look for Lego games, but while still keeping the foundation of what made Lego games unique in the first place. The levels are not played in a traditional style anymore, rather they play more like an adventure story game. This is a nice farewell if this is the last Lego Star Wars game they ever make. But are there any other options if I don't want to play those? Surprisingly, yes. There is. Lego Battles and Lego Battles Ninjago are real-time strategy games that I love playing. I play Lego Battles a lot, either going through the story like I'm supposed to, or just playing free play and managing my village. I'm a simple man. Give me a Lego Battles, I'm set for a week. This was exclusively for the DS at the time, and you can take command of your own army, doing whatever you please. I had so much fun with this. It might be a bit to get used to at first, but this was probably the best game they could ever release on here. But the only problem is that this was on a handheld that is old. I remember seeing on the iOS App Store that there was a Lego Star Wars game called Lego Star Wars Battles, and hopefully this was enough to satisfy my lust for Lego Battles. What is this? Lego Star Wars Battles is not a good game at all. This is just Clash Royale going a one-on-one battle with different cards you have to draw. And it's not even that good. You don't have village management anymore. You don't get to pick your army. You just go there and try to win. This is not what I'm wanting when mentioning a real-time strategy game. The only good thing is I had to say is that it's not riddled with microtransactions and it barely gets a pass because you need to have an active Apple Arcade subscription in order to play this game in the first place. It's a good thing I'm on a free trial. Lego's been through a rough ride over the years. First it's all sunshine and rainbows, then you regret your life choices. There are genuinely good games, even recently like the Skywalker Saga, Lego Builder's Journey, or even Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
I'm a true believer that they could not match what they had before, but they can always improve to get close to it. I have a few examples like, what am I looking at?